Welcome back to Let's Play Cyberpunk 2077 with me, Jerupidus, and we are currently unconscious on a space station.
Come here.
What the?
Waiting for you.
Have we gone insane, or is Johnny still with us? This must be a dream, right? You can't just open the door to space.
WNS News has been notified of a breaking story. Saburo Arasaka lives once more, though now in the body of his son. The CEO was reported dead months ago, but now it's been revealed that a copy of his consciousness was made before his death. It appears his consciousness was used to override that of his son and heir Yorinobu Arasaka. This shocking development was revealed at a press conference earlier today.
That's crazy.
皆さん、いらっしゃい。祖父はよく、枯れ落ちた花は枝に戻らないと言っていました。人は誰も物心ついた瞬間から死を恐れるものです。ついに人類最大の恐怖が克服されました。私、三郎荒坂は今息子の体を使い皆さんの前に立っています。私はかつて頼信に生を与えました。彼は愛する父のためにそれを返してくれたのです。私のいない間、頼信は会社を変革しようといくつかの決定を下しましたが、これは過ちでした。私の指揮のもと、荒坂社は元の姿を取り戻します。決して揺らぐことのない強い荒坂が帰ってくることを約束いたします。ご清聴ありがとうございました。
Today is truly a historic day. Today, technology has fulfilled the promise left empty by religion. Saburo-sama, makoto ni omedetou.
Please get ready. Testing will begin shortly.
That is a really bad precedent. So what? No, I've got good news?
No, good morning. No, got some good news for you.
We must complete a series of tests. Please do not hinder or delay. Parietal lobe examination. Please use your Kiroshi scanner and read the displayed text. Please use your Kiroshi scanner and read the displayed text.
And it was a sight to behold, he said, how a soul would choose its life. Sometimes pitiable, sometimes laughable, at times wonderful and strange.
That's enough. Cognitive function test. Solve the cube.
It's only like a 4-block Rubik's Cube? That's funny. Couldn't quite solve it there. I don't know if I could in real life either, though.
Please link yourself to the device. Higher order representation formation, initiating test. The patient is ready to be examined.
So what's that device for?
What's this thingamajig for?
It measures pupillary response.
And higher order representation formation?
Higher order representation what?
Engram surgery carries an elevated risk of the onset of personality disorder. The test is essential.
And what are these tests?
What are these tests meant to test?
Initiate device calibration. Respond to the keywords. No thinking, just the first word that comes to mind. Journey.
Johnny.
Johnny.
Home.
Let's say Johnny again.
I don't know.
Oh, I missed it.
Enemy.
Say death.
Death.
Principal.
Rebellion.
Rebellion.
Betrayal.
Arasaka.
Arasaka.
You're in a cornfield. Tall, green plants as far as the eye can see. The sun is bright, blinding. The stalks of corn part as you walk forward. You come across a clearing left by an automated combine in its wake.
What?
What's this test for anyway?
It tests your level of empathy. The heat has made your mouth dry and sticky. You spot a rodent's nest at your feet. The machine has torn through the soft soil. You spot blind, newborn field mice around their mother. The machine has left her sliced in two.
Yikes.
They lie in perfect symmetry, a tiny rodent rosette. Your mouth begins to water.
What?
A shadow gradually falls over the ground. The first rain cloud of the year. Yes, right. Measurements complete.
How'd I do?
We will see. Motor function test. Please step onto the treadmill.
Did I win at therapy yet? I will say this. I don't like where this ending is headed. I'm basically in a padded room on a space station. I don't think that's a happy ending, but we'll see. We'll keep going with these tests.
Motor function test. Please connect to the device.
What's this test all about?
Please walk. Gradually accelerate.
I'm wondering if I could just walk.
How am I doing?
Please control your breathing. Accelerate by 3.
Shit.
That can't be good, right?
Get up. You can't stay here.
We're hearing him again. It's Jackie? What? Oh no, we are losing it. We are losing it.
Welcome to N54 News. I'm Jillian Jordan. The world remains gripped by the revelation that Saburo Arasaka has returned from the dead in the body of his son, Yorinobu Arasaka. A letter of protest regarding the apparent resurrection has been signed by religious leaders, human rights groups, and Virtue 100 company CEOs.
This is an abomination born of unchecked vanity, technocratic arrogance, complete moral collapse.
Our position is clear. Saburo Arasaka's seizure of power is in violation of international law. International arbitration is absolutely necessary to...
Do we really want to live in a world where the rich and powerful can become immortal? Where they can continue to take from the poor, not only their livelihoods, but even their You are gods! You are gods! You are gods! You are gods! Life is not portrayed! Life is not...
But Saburo Arasaka has issued his response in similarly strong terms. There will be no appeasement.
荒坂社内部の出来事に関して外部の方々にとやかく言われる筋合いはありません。生を受けることに許可が必要ない以上蘇ることも同様であると考えるべきです。私が息子を殺めたなどという主張は事実無根。法的根拠もありません。合意の上での身体の贈与は一種の寄付に分類することができ、殺人には到底値しません。殺人の条件は生物学的な死です。見ての通り、この体は。
Please get ready. Testing will begin shortly.
What about the results for the tests you already did?
Any results from the tests you already did?
No, we are not done yet. Today we begin a new series of tests.
Fine. Hit me. Let's get this done.
Cognitive function test. Solve the cube.
Will we be able to solve it this time? Still no.
Next test, please connect your personal link.
She's very aggressive with the cube test.
Higher order representation formation, initiating test. The patient is ready to be examined.
Why can't I solve the goddamn cube?
Why can't I solve the fucking cube?
That is what I'm trying to determine.
All right, and we're doing the same thing again?
Same thing. Again?
We need very precise data.
All right, let's begin.
Let's start this thing.
Device calibration. Please respond to each keyword with your initial association.
As quick as I can, no thinking. Got it.
Illness.
Me.
Me.
Rebellion.
Johnny.
Johnny.
Me.
Solitude?
Solitude.
The present.
Hell.
Hell.
The future.
Death.
Death.
You're in a cornfield. Tall green plants as far as the eye can see. The sun is in your eyes, bright, blinding. The stalks of corn part as you walk forward. You come across a clearing left by an automated combine in its wake.
The heat's made your mouth
The
dry.
heat's made your mouth dry and sticky. You spot a rodent's nest at your feet.
The machine is torn through the soft soil. You spot blind, newborn field mice around their mother. The machine has left her sliced in two. They lie in perfect symmetry, a tiny rodent rosette. Your mouth begins to water.
A shadow gradually covers the ground.
The shadow gradually covers the ground, the first rain cloud of the year.
Measurements complete. We will now move on to the motor function test. Please step onto the treadmill.
I hope that I don't fall down again. We had no improvement on the puzzle, and if there's no improvement on this, that's probably a very bad sign.
Motor function test. Personal link.
Really aced it last time, didn't I?
Slow walk.
We'll keep going along with it.
Not bad so far, huh? Try a little faster.
Accelerate by 3.
I can't. Gotta stop.
Down we go.
Testing concluded for today. Communications have been unlocked. You may now phone home. Earth.
Who would we even call? So I get to call some people, so why don't we do that? Let's call Judy.
Hey, this is Judy. Sorry, can't answer because I'm busy packing my shit. If you don't know why, it means I just didn't want to tell you. If this is V, I'll call you. Maybe, baby, when I'm done being pissed off.
All right, and who else can we call? How about Pan Am?
Hey.
You've got some nerve!
Wait, what? What's the problem?
Oh, I spoke with Victor, so please stop acting surprised. Where the hell are you?
I'm not gonna tell it. Well, you know what? Stop yelling at me.
Hey, stop yelling at me.
You piece of shit! You're lucky we're not face to face! Seriously, where are you?
I'm aboard a space station in orbit around the Earth.
Sitting on an Arasaka orbital station. No idea which one.
Like I could give a shit which one! You're in trouble! Again! Alone! You could have asked for help!
Had my reasons.
Ah! Fuck! Enough! Just stop pissing me off! Return to Earth, now, before they hurt you!
Nice to hear your voice again.
It's good to hear yours too, idiot. Now come home.
It's nice that she's willing to, We'll take this. We've already read it. It's nice that she's willing to have us back, so to speak. That she even wants us to come back after we kind of left her hanging there. I'm wondering what's in my... I'm noticing on X there's a piece of paper, but I can't read it right now, so let's keep calling people. Let's call River.
Hey.
Hey, bad time. Can I wait?
I just wanted to talk.
Just wanted to talk.
Sorry, like I said, bad time. I have to call you back.
Alright. I kind of wish I had said no then, but... And how about Victor?
How's it going?
Hey, think I ought to ask you the same.
How's Misty doing?
How's Misty?
Well, after you left, she went off to visit her folks. For a while, most likely. Got a postcard from her, from Warsaw. There's a polar bear on it.
Tell her I said hi when she gets back.
You'll tell her yourself.
Will I? So we got rid of the biochip.
Got rid of the biochip.
Arasaka do it?
Yeah. Sitting on their orbital station.
All right. So once you get back, pay me a visit, huh? You're gonna need a thorough checkup.
I'm not feeling great, but I am alive.
Yeah, so, to be honest, been better.
What am I supposed to do long distance over the phone?
I just wanted to talk, Vic.
Look, we go back long enough that you know I'm no good at this stuff. And Misty's out of town.
What am I supposed to do?
Get a grip. Make a decision. You already showed yourself and me you can do it.
Yeah. Thanks for the pep talk, Vic. Sounds like a plan.
Alright, that was nice. And who's left? Carrie?
Hey, how's it going?
Watching the Little Big Corporate season finale. You?
I got rid of the biochip. I don't know if he'll be happy to hear that, because that means Johnny's gone, but...
Got rid of the biochip.
No. You're fucking kidding.
Got a big old hole in my head. They filled it with... I don't know. Cables and shit.
Where are you? Which hospital?
Dunno. Orbital station. Arasaka.
Alright. Alright. Don't worry about a thing.
I'm going a little nuts up here.
Honest? Think I might be losing my mind here.
You there alone?
Nah, there's some doctor here. Real bitch. But I guess that's it. So yeah, pretty much alone.
You shouldn't be. Not now. It's not good.
So how did Little Big Corporal Rats end?
How'd Little Big Corpo Rats turn out?
Oh, not about to spoil it for you. You can catch the reruns when you get back.
You watch it again with me?
Will I?
And I'm so glad I got you, Carrie.
I'm so glad I've got you.
B, you are the best thing this planet's got going for her. So come back down.
Wish I were there with you now.
Okay. I'm gonna hang up now, make a few calls, get you back to Night City. Sound good? Take care, B. See you soon.
I have my doubts that we're going to be able to go back, but let's go to sleep. It's the only thing left to do. Not these same tests again.
Cognitive function test. Solve the cube.
What is happening? Can we not twist it? Oh no.
Over the past several weeks, tensions between Arasaka Corp and Militech escalated to troubling levels. Many pundits and analysts warned of a possible outbreak of armed conflict. The exacerbation of tensions was heightened when Yorinobu Arasaka assumed leadership following his father's death and accused Militech of his murder. However, in an unexpected shift, the return of Saburo Arasaka appears to have diffused the situation between the rival megacorporations.
継続は力なり。荒坂社の基本理念です。息子の頼信はこの言葉を忘れ、焦って変化を求めすぎました。私が敵味方両者に説き続けてきた教訓。完璧なものを変える必要はない。これが真理なのです。以上となります。
Saburo Arasaka and NUS President Rosalind Myers have agreed to meet in person to lay the groundwork for a lasting peace. A first step of goodwill was taken today as the Arasaka CEO withdrew from Night City 15 armored vehicles from the company.
Are we going to be doing this for much longer?
Hey, listen. These tests, gonna go on much longer?
We need very precise data.
Can't stand this anymore.
I don't think she cares.
Cognitive function test. Solve the cube. Please sit up. Respond to the key words. No thinking, just the first word that comes to mind. Loyalty.
trail?
No idea.
I missed it. Doesn't matter. I don't think they're ever gonna let us leave.
Please respond to each term with the first thing that comes to mind.
Quick as I can, no thinking, right?
Humanity.
No more tests.
Enough. No more tests. I refuse to take any.
I don't think that's an option, though. Yep.
Please step onto the treadmill.
No.
No.
As quickly as you can, without thinking about it. V.
Want to talk to Hanako.
Hanako Arasaka. Want to talk to her now.
Cognitive function test. Solve the cube.
Let's keep trying to solve it.
Shit, it worked.
I mean, we solved the cube. I feel kind of good about that.
You look just as you did when I found you in the rubbish. Get up.
Is Takemura really here? Of course not. Oh, he is! I hope. What are you doing here?
Takemura, what are you doing here?
I have come to speak with you. They have kept you here in this cell for days. It is barbaric.
Come all the way here to take me home?
They asked me to speak with you.
He has the cube in his hand, which is unsettling. What exactly are you up to now?
What are you gonna do now? Still aim to protect Saburo's ass?
I have been transferred to Japan. I will fly from here to Takamatsu.
Why?
New times, new duties. But we say far too much about me.
So your beloved boss is back.
So Saburo Arasaka's back. In Yorinobu's body.
Yes, justice has been done.
So, got your revenge? Feel satisfied?
I believe Hanako Arasaka chose the best solution.
I don't feel bad for Yorinobu, so I'm not gonna say that, but Saburo probably should have stayed dead, yeah.
Saburo should have stayed dead.
Many wish him dead, but he will survive them all.
Sorry. Guess I'll never understand what you see in the guy.
You did not spend your life at his side and... well, I did not come here to talk about the Arasakas.
So what do you want to talk about?
Fine. So what is it you gotta tell me?
I am sorry to say it is not good. I will be blunt. The surgery did not help. You will be dead before winter.
Same fate as before. Let's just say fuck. That's what I was thinking.
Fuck!
You must accept the truth, then listen to what I say. There are options.
You promised Arasaka would fix me.
Said Arasaka would fix me if I helped you. You promised.
I believe truly they could.
Said you had powerful friends. Where are those friends now?
I did not come with empty hands. We must speak about your options.
Hanako Arasaka promised to save my life.
It is the reason she sent me here. To discuss the alternative.
So a few months, that's all I got, right?
Dead in a few months. That's me, huh?
You will feel better at first, but then the illness will grow fierce, attack in full force. Your final weeks, you will spend in bed.
Fuck.
Please, feel no anger. I wish to speak about an alternative.
Alright, I've still got options. What are they?
What are you talking about? Trusted you all once already. You let me down.
You may join the Secure Your Soul program. Hanako Arasaka has agreed to it. You will leave your body. Arasaka will store your engram in Mikoshi until a way is found to transfer it to a new body.
Store? Can't I get a new body right off?
With technology as it is now, this is impossible.
Seemed pretty damn possible for Saburo Arasaka.
He returned in his son's body. Tissue compatibility made things easier. Yet your phenotype, thanks to the chip, is unique. Arasaka cannot provide a suitable body at this time.
Oh man, do we really want to go in Mikoshi? Yeah, like Arasaka just wants another soul in their collection. I definitely believe that.
Sorry, not buying it. Arasaka's out to lock me up.
You overstate your importance. To the Arasakas, I fear you are nobody. Were nobody. With this offer, Hanako Arasaka rewards you generously for your service. There's not, as you say, more to the story.
I don't really want to land in Mikoshi, though.
Nope. Doesn't sound good at all to me. I agree to this, and they'll do whatever they want with me.
There will be a contract to protect you. Sign it, and you will live.
Alright, I'll take it.
It is written here that you relinquish all rights, but do not worry. The law is simply behind the times. An engram is not legally a person.
So I get to be corporate property first.
Like many brain-dance stars and politicians from what I know, the program is a success. There have been no complaints.
And if I say no?
This is not a prison. You will take your things and return to Night City. Why you? I would sign, but the choice is yours. Think it through carefully.
Okay, well, I kind of feel like in the Nomad ending, we already went back to Earth to live our life out, so why don't we sign the contract in this one? Although it's
Arasaka
probably not
keeps its word.
necessarily what I would love to choose. It sounds to me like a better way out than just living for 6 months and being dead.
Don't want to die.
A good choice. The engram station is ready for you. We should not wait for your condition to worsen.
See you around?
Gonna see each other again?
I believe we will.
So, see you.
Visit me in Kagawa. I will show you what is real food.
Hey, what's your name?
Hajime.
Hajime, let me ask you something. What would you say to a person who walked right into their greatest foe's jail to save their life?
I would say, alright, but do not forget the way home.
That's a good answer. Surrender to Arasaka. Oh, what a terrible choice.
How's the Earth looking from way out there? She as pretty as they say? Or is that just another lie? Listen, don't forget, your implants were made for Earth gravity. Could start acting up in orbit. What I'm trying to say is, don't ignore any error warnings, okay? And when you're back, I mean, if you come back, I'll do a full checkup. Maybe even give you a little discount. Take care, V.
I just know this is gonna be brutal.
Hey, V. Everyone's telling me you're a base gordo now. A big shot, eh? So big you can't call me once a week. Once a month, even. Don't forget where you started. Who'd you started with, My door's always open to you. There's always food on my table. Mi casa es su casa. No se te olvide. Ahí te veo, Vi. Hey, V! Long time no see. Let me guess, you still the top of your game in all of Night City? Yeah, I left all that. I guess I'm just calling to say thanks. For everything. Wasn't until I'd left everything behind that I realized how depressed I was for all that time. Take it from me, V. If you ever get the chance, just leave. Leave and don't look back. The weight it takes off your shoulders, I can't even describe it. All right, enough lecturing. Take it easy, man.
The different context for these, even when they're the same,
Hello, V.
is brutal.
How are things? Weather in the Badlands is pleasant as usual. My cooler melted, it's 90 degrees in the shade, and there's sandstorms heading straight for us. So yeah, you're missing out. No, but seriously, we're doing all right. Saul and I somehow get along, for better or for worse. But still, family's always growing, work's always piling up. But better to keep busy, right? And to think if it wasn't for you, I'd still be stumbling my way through Night City. So I just want to say thank you. For all you've done for me. I'd still be lost if you hadn't set me on the right track. Alright, well, talk soon, V. Don't be a stranger.
Oh, it hurts.
Hello, V. Saul speaking. Heard about something big happening in Night City, with a certain V in the lead role. Don't know what you plan to do now, but just remember, we always take care of our own. And, you're one of us now, V. You're an Aldo Caldo. Remember that. Take care of yourself, V. And see you around.
V, hey! Can you hear me? Shit, is this thing recording? Okay, well, all of us have been wondering when you're finally gonna drop by. We can get a barbecue going, knock a few back, do a couple of races, or pay a friendly visit to the Raff and Shiv. Guess what I'm trying to say is, well, Badlands could use a badass like you, V. Don't know what you got on your plate right now, but remember, you're welcome out here anytime. All right, now, take care.
Oh, Mitch, I miss you, buddy.
Hey, Rogue here. I wanted to... Oh, voicemail. Why not? V? I was wondering if you could pass the message along to Johnny. 2 messages, actually. One, that he's an arrogant, egotistical son of a bitch. And second, that it was nice to talk to him again. Both of you, take care of yourselves, okay?
Hey, V, so funny thing just happened. Oh, fuck's sake, voicemail again. Do you ever answer the phone? Like ever? Seriously, I can get through to data term customer service faster than you. What did I even... Oh, yeah. You know that us cracks agent called me? asked if I would go on tour with them. At first, I was like, over my dead fucking body. But then I thought, hey, wait, I could actually be fine. So, who knows? Well, there's the latest gossip, if you care. Call me back when you can, okay? Peace out.
These are all the same. I'm most interested in what Takemura's will be.
Hey. So, here's the thing. A couple fellas from the 5th Precinct busted a shop selling illegal iron. Sawed-offs, stun guns, mustard gas canisters. Orders from on up were to blow it all to the ground. But then I thought, well, maybe there's a better way to use all this stuff for a good cause. I still remember what you did for us. For me and Randy. The city needs more people like you. I'm gonna make sure they're equipped. This one's on me, V. See you around.
Yep, Rivers is the same.
Hey, V. Jefferson Peralta's here. You know, mayor of Night City. I'm calling about our recent program to tackle homelessness. What do you say about being the head of my security detail, huh? As you know, the number of people I can trust are few and far between. Next week, we're gonna be raising the city's taxes. So, things might get a little hairy. Come by, we'll hammer out a good deal for you. I'm no any pincher when it comes to safety. Alright, well, we'll be in touch, V.
It's interesting whose changes and whose doesn't between endings.
Hey, V. Orbital connections cost an arm and a leg, so I'll just get right to it. I was just thinking about you, so I laid out a quick tarot and... oh dear. The Fool, the Moon, the High Priestess. Those are bad cards. Keep a close eye on your new friends, V. I mean it.
I'll do my best. I don't really have eyes anymore. Oh, and I get nothing from Takemura, but I guess I get the ending with Takemura right there. Wow, so we've just completed 3 of, I would say, probably the most different endings from each other. And I thought they were just fascinating. Obviously, this one just happened, so why don't we talk about this one right away? I thought it was amazing that they even mention Theseus's ship in this one. But this was definitely the most depressing, saddest ending. Like, we just straight up sold out, took the coward's way out, and decided to sign up for Mikoshi, the very thing that we thought about destroying. So, this is an ending that I think you would have to really try to get, like, do some experimenting to get. I can't imagine getting this ending on my first playthrough. But maybe that's just me, maybe other people did, I don't really know. But it's cool that it's there, that they wrote it, and that all of your decisions with regard to the point of no return, at least, really matter. It seems like you may not get some calls there at the end if you didn't meet characters like River. Like, you could avoid them. You could just not do the jobs for them, and maybe they don't show up. But obviously, I wanted to do everything that you can, so there is that. But a lot of their dialogue doesn't change based on the ending, which is fine, but a little sad when some of them do. You kind of wish that all of them did. Maybe some different choices you made with it could have changed from one ending to the other. But this I would call the saddest, most depressing, brutal ending. As compared to the Johnny ending, where we decided to betray V and take his body as Johnny. That one was depressing in that it didn't really dawn on me what we had done to V fully until the messages at the end, and realizing that we had just severed all these relationships and took his life from him, basically, was pretty rough. This one was even more rough, though, because V didn't really... It wasn't his fault in the Johnny ending. It's absolutely his fault in this one for taking the coward's way out and just giving up, being too afraid of death to properly draw his relationships with everyone to a close. He just went right into Mikoshi, like, right then. And of course, the happier ending, or happiest, I should say, it's not actually a happy ending, but the Nomad ending was definitely the happiest ending. You end up in a relationship with Pan Am, and it's V still has a time limit on his life, But the message from Johnny, never stop fighting, and when you get to say we'll figure it out, like we always do, V just keeps fighting. And that felt good to me. That's a good ending. And it felt like the Nomads were where V belongs. With Pan Am and the Nomads. They were definitely my favorite content in the game. My favorite gang, if you will. So, with all that out of the way, all 3 endings now done, I want to give sort of my final review, having spent hundreds of hours on this game. Maybe hundreds is an exaggeration, but definitely well over 100. So let's talk about the story. Going from being the small-time gangster to basically coming up in Night City, dealing with Johnny, becoming friends with him, becoming friends with so many different people. But the main story missions, things like the assaults on the parade with Takemura, all of those things, every time I would come back to them after doing side jobs, I would comment that, like, these are awesome. They feel very grandiose, they feel very big, but also have a melancholic undercurrent to them, which I really enjoyed. That being said, I do have a little bit of a problem narratively with the fact that you're dying, and in all of the endings, you pretty much are still dying. And you're sort of under this duress, this time limit, where you're running out of time with the relic in your head. It felt to me like they cut out the story of you and Jackie becoming friends, and then just skipped right to the relic being in your head, more or less. The meat of the open world section of the game feels like before that would have been better, while becoming friends with Jackie, and then leaving the main story stuff, or you being under duress and feeling like you need to get to the main story content because you're dying. I feel like that would have been a better way to structure it narratively. It doesn't make sense to me that it almost doesn't matter. You can wait 24 hours as many times as you want, and it doesn't matter. You're not really under a time limit. That's just what the story tells you, but it isn't really true. It doesn't feel true in the gameplay. And that is, to me, kind of a major narrative issue. Does that make the story bad? Absolutely not. The story is still very good, but that feels like a oversight to me. Where if instead we're coming up as mercs together and I get to go do all the assaults in progress, all the jobs for the fixers, doesn't that make sense that that would make me come up and then have more fixers progressively call me until we finally do that raid on Arasaka Tower? I end up with a chip in my head. Now I'm dying. Now I've got a bit of a time limit, or at least it would feel more that way, where there's not any of this sort of repetitive side content to do. I thought all of the characters in the game were excellent. Jackie's an amazing character. His death hit me hard. Misty's great. Victor's great. I mean, everybody. And all of them are fully realized. They feel like real characters. When you get these calls from them at the end, it feels like someone you know calling you. It feels like either a more triumphant or more heartbreaking message, but that's because of the development and the time that you've spent with them. And a big part of it is how excellent the voice acting is in this game. It's legitimately incredible how well acted the lines in this game are, despite some of the content of them being pretty ridiculous. It feels serious. And that's amazing. I can't overstate what a great job they did with that. The gameplay for me felt fun for the most part, but did leave things to be desired. Quick hacking at some point just feels like clicking on enemies, just clicking the win button. But that's kind of true in any RPG. If you're at the level cap in any RPG, you're going to be overpowered. And if you're at the sort of cap limit for your skills in any of the trees in this game, I feel like you're going to feel overpowered. But it does feel like there's room there where there could have still been interesting things to it. Like counter quick hacking from enemies felt pretty uninspired. They just cast overheat or reveal position, that's it. Whereas you have a much larger spellbook, but there could be even more. There could be quick hacking builds that separate themselves from each other, in my opinion, which it kind of feels impossible to do. I feel like you're going to land on basically what I did, or something close to it, and there's not another way to go with it particularly. Things like the smart weapons and some of the melee combat feels kind of half-baked. Like, it kind of works or it doesn't, and the game just kind of decides whether or not it wants to work or it doesn't. The beat on the Brat side missions in particular were just awful. They were terrible. I hated them. They were not fun to do. But that being said, the level design and the differentiation between builds does lead to fun gameplay. Like, the game is fun to play. That is a fact. I'm not saying that all the problems that I brought up made it not fun. Certainly not. It is fun. And there are a lot of different ways to tackle almost every single thing you do, which is pretty cool. But I don't think it's done especially better than other open world games. It feels about average, to be honest. But that average is still pretty good. A lot of the gameplay was just hampered by bugs. There were times where I dropped off a ledge and just got shoved out for no reason into the middle of the arena and got spotted. It's hard to drive. It feels sometimes like you're playing this sort of almost beta version of a game where conversations and things in the game that should feel serious feel very silly because people are teleporting through things or cars are just randomly smashing behind you. Things like that. So I will say that while I don't think that the bugs in this game are necessarily quite beyond anything that you find in most open world games, they are still damaging to the seriousness of the narrative and should have been ironed out better before this game was released. I feel like you'd be hard-pressed to disagree with that they should have taken more time and gotten it more polished, gotten it tighter. But they took the sort of easy way out that a lot of these game companies do, where you just release a game that isn't done and then you live patch it. And eventually it becomes the game you said it was. I doubt this game will ever become the game they said it was. But I feel like the cost of doing business that way is your reputation. People love to point out that games like The Witcher 3 were pretty buggy and a little bit messy on launch, but they, I don't think, could be anywhere near this. There are things going on here that you're like, how could this have made it to release? How could they not have fixed this up? It's kind of ridiculous. And they just wanted to start getting their money and then fix it and hope that people didn't find it that bad. But the fact that so many things that they promised with this game didn't come through is damaging to your reputation as a developer. I mean, it's no skin off my neck, right? Like, I enjoyed the game. I spent over 100 hours playing it. I had fun. It doesn't really bother me that much, but it does make me now suspicious of CD Projekt Red when it comes to their new releases. I was beyond hyped for this game, and this just felt like a release from a company that doesn't really care that much. Which is sad. It's sad that a company that released basically one of the best RPGs of all time then came out with a game like this. This game feels like it should have came out way before The Witcher 3, like a first draft of a company on an open world game, not something where you've demonstrated such an unbelievable mastery of the genre, and then you release something like this. And I don't want to sound like this game is awful. It's not. It's just, in comparison to other things that this studio has done, you feel pretty let down. You really do. So that, as someone who has put a ton of time into this game, those are my thoughts. If you disagree, if you think something I said is crazy, feel free to let me know in the comments. I'm always happy to respond to what people think. But I'm just going to wrap this up with some of my final thoughts. Some basic questions. Is this game good? Yes, it is. Is this the game of the year? No, it is not. Should you play this game? Yes, you should. I really enjoyed it. And I think that most people would too. I have a lot of friends that tell me they absolutely loved it. And I totally get that. Did I absolutely love this game? No, I didn't. I did like it. I did enjoy it. I did have fun playing it. But when I say I absolutely love a game, I'm talking about games that I constantly return to, that I constantly just wake up one day and have the soundtrack in my head, and I'm like, I'm just going to play through that again. These are games like Final Fantasy Tactics, Resident Evil 4. You know what? It's just mostly going to be a list of Final Fantasy games or JRPGs. Lufia and the Fortress of Doom is one of them. These are all from the Super Nintendo, PlayStation, maybe PlayStation 2 era of games, all the way back to the NES. But those are the games I'm talking about when I say I absolutely love them. I did not absolutely love this, but I did like it and I did enjoy it. Oh, I can't believe I almost forgot to mention the soundtrack in this game. The soundtrack in this game is absolutely incredible. It is 10 out of 10, absolutely fantastic. The Militech combat theme is my favorite track, I would say. But there are so many great tracks in this game. It's just absolutely packed to the gills with fantastic music, and the level of variety is excellent as well. This is the kind of game that you could find the OST somewhere, buy it, you know, download it, whatever, and listen to it, and it doesn't even feel like a game OST. Like, that's how good it is. It's not, I don't know, like shoehorned in music, something that feels like it was written for a game. This just feels like music you as a person could just listen to and enjoy without this game having ever existed. Some of this music you would probably be into. There's a genre for any fan of basically any genre out there. I mean, even for someone like me who loves things like death metal and black metal and things like that, there's stuff in the game for you too. I mean, Converge wrote a song on this game. It's, or maybe not for the game, but like they're in the soundtrack, and I just think that that's incredible, and I love that. That has got to be probably the most unequivocally excellent part of this game. And lastly, I want to talk about what's coming up next on the channel. So, it is funny that I just mentioned all those JRPGs. I've really been having fun playing JRPGs. They are my roots. They are the games that I, once again, absolutely love. And I'm thinking next, I'm going to play a game that is an sort of precursor to Final Fantasy Tactics. It is a game called Shining Force that was for the Sega Genesis, and I think what I'm going to do is play one of those because I want to represent a lot of different game systems on the channel. And the Sega Genesis is one that maybe underrated is the wrong word, but certainly it's underrated, I think, when it comes to RPG games, and there are actually a lot of great RPG games on there. And so that's one that I definitely want to show. I don't have anything particularly in mind beyond that other than just more Final Fantasy games. I'm going to keep up Final Fantasy Friday. We're just going to move through basically my experience as an American gamer with regard to Final Fantasy releases. So right off the bat, I'm not going to be playing 2 and 3, like not ever, but not right in a row. What I'm going to do is play Final Fantasy NES, which is going right now. Then we're going to play Final Fantasy 2, Final Fantasy 4 American numbering. We'll probably fit Mystic Quest in there somewhere because it was a game that I did own. My parents bought it for me mistakenly instead of a Final Fantasy game I actually wanted. And it is not great, but I do think it's worth showing. And then, of course, Final Fantasy 3, Japanese numbering, Final Fantasy 6. And then Final Fantasy 7 after that. We will do Tactics. We're going to do all of them. But they're going to be once a week, so it's going to be a slow drip on that. But we will have a new Final Fantasy video every Friday. As far as a daily release, I'll probably fit in some JRPGs. I do want to do more Resident Evil for sure. So definitely Resident Evil 2, but I am super interested in the remakes, 2 and 3. I heard that 3 was not as good, but there is also Resident Evil Village coming out for current-gen Resident Evil, and I will definitely be playing that. I didn't play 7, or is the current one coming out 7? Yeah, Village. VII. I think. The point is that I didn't play the brand new first-person one, because I thought at the time that that sounds like a good game called Resident Evil and not a good Resident Evil game, but I might get to it eventually. It does look pretty sweet, and the game engine that they designed for those just looks fantastic. So that's pretty much all I have to say about what's coming up next on the channel. And so if you're watching this, this is the finale, the not false finale, the real finale. And so I just want to say thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. I appreciate the comments. I appreciate the likes. I appreciate every single person who watches my videos. They are not easy to make. It's time-consuming and video editing work is difficult, so it just makes me feel really good to know that people are enjoying it. That's really all that I want out of this work, is to know that someone out there cares, to know that someone out there has fun watching them. So from the bottom of my heart, seriously, I really appreciate it. So I just want to say thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.